Boom! Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the Card Dungeon. So we are live for the second day in a row. Of course, we're going to take a couple of seconds here just to make sure that everything is ship-shape. We've been live for 10 seconds now, just waiting for it to pop up here on my phone to let me know that I'm actually live, because sometimes it doesn't tell me right away, and if that happens, then, it takes a little bit. But what I want to do today is I want to make sure that the live is going smoothly. So if you jump on, go ahead and take a look. We got a concurrent viewer. Fantastic. Today we're going to be talking about cards, but we want to make sure that we're working. Okay, here we go. We're live. Make sure the sound's off. I want to make sure that things are working. I want to make sure that we're not stuttering all over the place. I can go over to OBS and I can modify the settings so that we've got a nice, clean stream for you today. Seems like it's working okay to me. Great. So now I have it open on my phone here as well as on the laptop. That way if I jump over to OBS and I'm doing my stuff, that hopefully I won't miss any chat that we might have. So let's get started today. So this is, of course, a Kickstarter call to action. Every day going live on YouTube. I'd like to figure out how to go live on Instagram and TikTok, so if anybody wants to, I'd probably just push the button and I could probably do that. But we're going live on YouTube, and we're talking about artists, playing cards, a museum in your pocket. Very good stuff here. As you can see, we're over halfway to goal. That's what we like to see. So let's jump back over to OBS here. We are talking about cards today. So Theory 11. Theory 11 is probably the main staple for cards that are mainstream. And when you think of beautiful designs, they've got beautiful classic designs, and if you see the, I'm not even on the right screen, so why don't I jump over to here? This might work a little bit better. Now you can see the cards. Absolutely fantastic. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and like that. That's good. Live chat. So yeah, I forgot to switch over the OBS screen. We are talking about the artist playing cards for Andre Captain. He has an excellent Kickstarter going on. We will be talking about the deck that I am designing very slowly, I might add. Very slowly, but it's inching along. And someday we might be on Kickstarter. But I'm showing off the fact that the Theory 11s have a lot in common with this, and I absolutely love the architectural design of the box, as you can see there. So Ezra, that's what we're looking at today. This is a Kickstarter call to action to try to drive up those numbers. So every day I'm going to go live until this is over. There's 9 days left, and we're going to keep going live. We're going to talk about magic. Yesterday we talked about coins. Today we're going to be talking about cards and doing a little bit of performing for you, and just going over some magic theory with cards. And every little episode is going to be about 20 minutes, where we're going to go over maybe about 2 or 3 things. So why don't we get started? We're going to jump back over with the magic here. There he is. Boom. So I hope you enjoyed my shirt. There's a lot going on here. I love it. So Walmart, it's just Walmart, I guess. I don't know. The last couple of times that I've been there, I see shirts that I like, I pick them up. So here we have the Avengers cards. Go ahead, Ezra. We're actually going to be looking at today's Monday. Tomorrow on our live, we're actually going to be clicking the little backer button there. Because payday. But that's when we're going to be dropping in our own personal pledge. So here we go. A little bit of a performance for you. I hope you enjoy. We'll go through the cards nice and slow. We're just going to swivel them over there like so. And we can go slow here because really all we need is just the bottom card, which is the King of Hearts, that's Iron Man. You know, he's kind of like the heart of the Avengers, right? So we're going to take that, we're going to put it right over here on the box. Okay, and this is going to be an Avengers Assemble trick. We're going to try to assemble the Avengers. In this case, the King of Hearts is here. Now we're just going to give the deck a nice little cut. The Thanos Snap! What? Well, for Thanos, it makes half the universe disappear. For me, it just made one card flip over. So, infinite power, I guess? I don't know. So there's a 6 of spades. That card's going to actually help us find... let's see. If I remember correctly, there's 6 Infinity Stones. It might be 5. Might have to look that up. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right over there. So now we have a pair. A pair of Avengers? That doesn't really seem right. A pair? No. No, and so we had 6 cards here, but that only left only 5 when we put the other one over there. So the 6, again, is going to help us find our next Avenger. Ha-ha! The 6 has become the... Well, that's Captain Marvel. That's a Queen of Hearts. I guess that's kind of the... Maybe we're looking for the hearts. But wait a second. A little bit of a blow here. And it actually becomes... Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel. We got a pair of queens. So if we've got the 2 red queens over here, that must mean that over here, you guessed it, we got Black Widow and Valkyrie. All 4 queens there for you. Absolutely beautiful. 4 queens, but you're probably wondering what happened to the king. Well, let's find out. Let's see if we can find out what happened to the kings. Haha, I don't know, they've vanished. Let's take a look here somewhere in the pack. Oh, very nice. I think they're hiding away. The Avengers, they've all been scattered out in their own little movies, I guess. But we got to bring them back. Bring them back to us here. So let's see if we can get them to come back. So there's a little bit of a mix-up here. Ha-cha, maybe we've done it. I don't know. Let's see if we found them. I know what we need. We need the rubber band of stretchiness. Yes, this is a ancient dwarven artifact. It will help us find the Avengers who have been scattered throughout the multiverse. So behold, some magical hand waving, and we shall create a portal that shall bring Black Panther, Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. They have arrived. They have arrived. Now that's okay. Got a rubber band on here. We don't need that quite yet. But that might not be enough to stop the likes of Thanos and his minions of darkness. So let's see if we can make something happen here. 4 different possibilities, 4 different variants, if you will. The power of 3, as they say. That might be jumping franchises, but that's okay. And last but not least, let us hope that Doctor Strange can work his magic. I am certainly strange, but I am no doctor. But we have, of course, summoned Spider-Man, Star-Lord, the Hulk, and Ronin, also known as Hawkeye. They're both on there. So there, that works for you. And there we have Avengers Assemble. There was a lot going on there, but I hope you enjoyed. That was actually kind of fun, putting that all together there for you. Now, this is a routine that I basically have put together. It is a three of a kind production, 3 different. Either way, here they are, all there. Beautiful. It works great with this. Very nice. So yeah, so talking about cards and talking about the full production of what we did there, we have, if you want to see how I did that, I have a video up on the channel talking about that whole performance there using a regular deck of cards. The idea kind of incorporates how I like to think about things when I think about a trick, right? So I kind of think about the concept of what it is that I want to do, whether it's a production or some type of color change or just kind of appearance of a card or however I want to do it. And then I'll look back and I'll try to put together the moves that I have that will work with it. And if I find that what I'm doing isn't quite smooth enough, I'll look up a move that might make it a little bit easier, because ultimately being a skill monkey is great to have all this stuff in your arsenal, but if you refine some very important moves, you'll be able to put together multiple different effects and kind of just enjoy the magic of well, the magic moment. So this is a interesting routine that can be broken down into different parts, and you can incorporate a rubber band. So I like that. There's a couple of other things that we can do with rubber bands that are nice. And of course that gives you the potential. I mean, you're using 12 cards here, so it's pretty decent. But today, for each one of these call to action videos, these live streams, I will be teaching a magic trick. So yesterday we learned how to do the coins across. Coins across. So basically it's a transposition, but it's also kind of like a transmutation, if you will. Basically turning one coin into another. So, or just switching places. So there's a lot of different ways that you can play it. In this case, with cards, the one thing I always try to teach somebody, and it's very important to teach them something like this. So we're going to talk about 2 different ideas. And the first one we're going to teach you is this. So when I say teach you, I mean I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to give you an idea of what this entails. So this is called Twisted Rain by Daniel Madison. So this is one of the moves of cardistry that I learned. So cardistry is just artistry with cards, right? So the idea here is that you're doing this kind of juggling or this just fantastical display with cards and keeping it really nice and flowing and beautiful. And there's a lot that you can do with this. And this just gives you so many different possibilities. But one of those possibilities is that it doesn't change the deck. So whenever you're learning anything like that, you could do that whole routine, that flourish, and it won't change the order of the deck. So that's something that's really nice to consider. But there are certain moves in there, just to give you a couple of breakdown moves here. The swivel cut is something that you should be doing. If you're doing anything with cards, you're going to be doing the swiveling. So swiveling is something that's going to be happening for you. And then rotation, this is going to be a little bit of card control, just in case you need to be able to juggle or hold cards or anything like that for the purposes of other tricks. So just flowing into that. Then you're going to get the one-handed fan that's going to come in there for you, and a revolution. So you're learning so many different moves. Now that I should be able to do a little bit smoother. But yeah, so a lot of these moves are actually just layered. And that one got a little sloppy towards the end. So they're just layered, right? So you're basically starting with level 1, level 2, level 3. For instance, something that I like to do is this. So we're going to talk about, that's level 1 is the Charlier, then the Revolution cut. You can even go to 2.5, which is a nice little triangle cut. But then, of course, if you want to have years of your life taken from you, you can go ahead and learn this move. And I haven't practiced enough years of my life to do the one-handed riffle. with assistance, apparently. It's actually the first time I tried to do it with this deck. This deck is relatively new. The only time I've ever actually used it, let's try to redo on the riffle. The only time I've ever actually used this deck was for the review, because I do deck reviews on this channel. Yeah, see, with newer decks, it doesn't quite seem to work for me, but I can get it, I promise you. So bringing it over, this is a very difficult. Whoa, we lost a couple of cards, but we still maintained some of it. Okay, so that being the highest level of the one-handed maneuvers. So definitely practice, practice, practice. But we want to talk about a simple card trick today. While we do that, let's go ahead and check over here to see if we have anybody in the chat. Ezra was here earlier. It says one person was watching, which is probably me. If anybody else is out there watching, I don't think David even knows that I'm doing the live streams. Who knows? But I'm at 15 minutes, so we got about 5 minutes left. Because we're keeping these episodes rather short. We don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. Just something for you guys to join along with, and just to kind of point out the Kickstarter to people. We do want to get more people on board with this, so check out that Kickstarter. And the trick that we're going to be talking about today is something so simple that you probably don't even want, let's just say, like, you probably know what it is, but I always show this to people because it's a great way to introduce them to Magic and how simple it can be, but also how it can affect what you do next. So for instance, let's say we're going to go through and we're going to have a card selected, and that card today is going to be this, but I'm going to look away. Okay, so make sure you remember that card, make sure you have it committed to memory. We're just going to give the deck a nice little cut. Now it's on the table. Now I could try to cut to it, I could do a lot of different things, but who knows. But here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to go through the cards. It's somewhere towards the middle, so we could probably go a couple at a time here just to get down to the middle. But there are a bunch of cards in the middle that I might not be able to actually tell which one is yours. So as we're coming through here, we're gonna just stop when we get close to your card, I think. So, but don't tell me if you see your card. No, I think we got past the middle, but I think I got it. Okay, yep, I think I got it. I think that if we take this card here, the next card that we turn over is gonna be your card right here, the 6 of clubs. Okay, that's a very simplistic presentation, but that's a great way to open up the trick without doing anything too fancy, right? Okay, so as I always say, I have no idea if that is your card. If that's your card, great, I did a magic trick. It's not your card, well, then it didn't look very good. But either way, I'm pretty sure it's your card. So it's called basically the key card, right? A couple of different ways that you can do this. And that's basically by getting a peek at the bottom card. Now the way I did it is very simple. So by rotating the deck like this and grabbing it with your hands, that exposes the whole card. So for instance, when I'm doing this, I can see down and I can see the card at this angle. But all it takes is just a simple glance down to see it. Okay, and I could do that while I'm talking. So you take the cards here, now I've already seen it. And now that I have the bottom card, all I have to do is just make sure that whatever card you select, so in this case we'll go with the 10 of spades. And so I put that back on top of the deck, and I'll keep that face up just so you know when I cut it, there's my key card on top. That's as simple as that. It is a very simple yet very convincing method if you distance yourself from the effect. So here's the effect itself. In my little presentation there, I didn't distance myself. Okay, because this is so simplistic. You can almost give it away, but then you can really, really mess up the thing here a little bit, because mess up your spectator. Because let's say you take the card here, clearly in the middle of the deck. It's not going to go anywhere else today. Give the deck a nice little cut. Boom. Okay. Not on the bottom. Not on the top. If I go through the cards, however, actually let's just go ahead and do a fan. And we're going to look for my 3 of hearts, which is right here. And that is right next to the 10 of spades. Okay. Again, that's just a simple cut of the cards. Another way to do that would be to take your card back into the center. Nothing fancy going on here. Fan out the cards. Now, doing it this way could be a little bit tricky because if you show this card too many times and then that card shows up next to their card, well, that might be a little bit of an issue. So just keep an eye on how you want to do things. I could even do something fancy like this. Very nice. Nothing has actually happened. But then when I am ready to cut the deck has been cut, or has it? So lots of different things that you can do. Even if I were to cut the deck, obviously it'd be right next to that. Let's see if there's any other ways that we can pull that off here. So just going for a nice little riffle. This will actually bury your card so far into the deck that there'll be no way for anybody to ever find it again. Now, if you were doing something in a casino, you might actually do something on the table to keep it hidden. They do this twice. And then they might do a little bit of a strip cut off the top here, like so. Now, if I were to look at the bottom, there is a 3, but it's not your 3, or not my 3. And if we see a spade, but that's not your spade, cut right to the center here, and that's going to be my 3 of hearts, which is going to give me the 10 of spades. So you can do so much stuff with the key card. Keep that in mind. It's a great place to start, and what's nice about it is you can actually take the key card. Let's say you're not even trying to, you're basically cutting the deck. They tell you when to stop. Stop right here. They can take the card. You're just getting a peek here. Now when you put it back on there, square it up, done. You can almost get away with doing some cuts. I would stay away from doing a riffle because there is the potential that you mix them up. In this case, I did not. But if you were to interlace, then you wouldn't know which card there is. But most of the time, as long as you are aware of where their card is, then if you're cutting here, then you know that it's not there. So you can usually get away with doing cuts. Okay, so let's jump over here and check the time. We do have a viewer watching. We got 4 likes. That's super exciting. Go ahead and comment. I do have a super thanks button here somewhere. Show your support for card reviews and Magic Theory by Jesse by sending me money. Any money that you send me will go straight to Artist Playing Cards because I'm not keeping any of it. Google keeps some of it, but then, or YouTube, or whoever keeps it. I don't know. But any money that you send me, I will put towards Artist Playing Cards. So if you don't want to send me money, go ahead and check out Artist Playing Cards yourself, and we'll have a good time with that. So there is some magic for you today, something very simple, and we will build on that as we go. There are more things to learn. Before we end today, because we are a little bit over time, but that's how I do business, here we have my own deck that I am working on with a nice huge bend right in the card from something. I must have put it in the box wrong and it got all tilted over. So this, of course, is a this is a Make Playing Cards deck, so it's not a bicycle or USPCC or anything like that. This is the back design, this is my coin version, and it does have my motto on it. My sign off, which is stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. So that's something I like to say. I haven't worked on the faces yet. But I do have the back design. I do have to modify them a little bit, but just with the alignment and things like that. So if anybody is on and you have a question, go ahead and let me know. I will be here. I usually try to stay. Looking at the thing, I've still got the cards there. So how far back am I? Oh, I just fanned them out. So let's count the time. Let's count the time. He's doing something different on there. Wait, where am I? Oh, that's way back. Oh, I'm still way back there. Okay. I'm just trying to see how far I am. Anyway, right now all we're doing is we're padding the run time, because that's what we do here. But we're just giving some time for anybody who wants to jump on. Anybody who has questions, let me know. Go check out Artist Playing Cards, A Museum in Your Pocket by Andre Captain. It's a super exciting project. Stay tuned tomorrow. Our live is basically going to be us jumping on there to make a pledge. I don't know if I'll be able to do the pledge live, but I definitely will be doing a live after I do the pledge. So after I do it, I'll go on there and show you that I have done it, and that way you know I got skin in the game, because we want to make sure that everybody is getting their fair share here. This guy has a fantastic project. There are so many fantastic projects. I wish I could back them all. He reached out to me. I want to do what I can to help him, and if anybody ever wants me to review their Kickstarter, I will gladly do so. This right here is Battle of the Gods by Max. His name's not on there. But yeah, Magician from the UK sent those over to me. So we're expecting that Kickstarter to be out in the mail anytime, which is great. I can't wait. So fantastic. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. There's a viewer. There's somebody on besides me. If you have any questions, we're just wrapping up. I just want to give anybody enough time who's joining now to get an idea of what's going on. If you want to ask any questions, let me know. Go check out Artist Playing Cards, because this is what that's all about. We're basically here to drive up for Artist Playing Cards. I probably should actually put that in the title so people know that that's why we are here. A museum in your pocket. So the viewer that's on right now, if you have anything you want to share with us, if you have any questions, let me know. That is why I'm here, for you. We'll stay on for about another minute. That should give anybody who is lingering to ask any questions, and then we will be finishing up today. This is getting fun. It's getting fun. Cards was a little bit less. I feel like we did more with coins. But still, we'll build on it. We'll do another card day. We got 9 more days to go, or 9 or 8. Depends on what it says tomorrow, right? Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everybody. And remember, always remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. Hey, first time watching, you caught me right in the middle of my sign-off. I got to give you a big old shout-out. 111JM. Thanks for joining. We're doing a Magic Live. We're talking about Artist Playing Cards over on Kickstarter. If you like Magic, if you like collecting cards, go check them out. They got a lot to offer. And this is a wrap. This is a wrap. Stay tuned, because we will be going live every single day. So if you want to see more lives, I'll be doing more Magic. And tell your friends. Thank you. And we'll see you next time.